right, good seeing everybody. So, Brett Veach was on fire here. He did a real nice job moving up from 29 to 21 to take Trent McDuffie, cornerback from Washington, University of Washington. He's a heck of a player, fast, good size, great ball skills, loves to play the game, extremely smart. I think you'll like him if you already haven't met him by phone there. I think you'll appreciate him. Sharp kid. And then pick 30, we took George Karlaftis, and very proud to be Greek. He is, and he is a relentless motor. I mean, he is fun to watch, and even though some people criticized him on TV here, he sure is a nice player. He does a great job pass rushing. He does great against the run game. He's strong. He knows how to play the game. He's got a great feel for things. Anyways, with that, time's yours.
Coach, how'd you think it came down? Are you surprised with the way the draft fell?
A bit. I mean, the initial part of it was a bit of history there, so it hadn't been done for a while where you have that many defensive players picked in a row. And then all of a sudden you had a run on the receivers, and that was the offensive line and then the receivers. So we figured they would go somewhere in there, but we didn't know that there'd be quite that type of run on the defenders. But I'm glad we got these two. That's what I care about. We had targeted those guys and felt like they would be there in that area. We weren't sure about McDuffie. That's why we went up and took him. But we figured that we need to make a move for him.
And you've been through this so many times when a guy like McDuffie is talented and still there. Can you sort of give us an idea of how the conversation sort of developed in order to make the trade with New England?
Yeah, so you've got guys in there. Brett has guys in there. He's kind of the, he's conducting. So he's got guys that are calling for him and different teams, just finding out if they would be willing to move. And then he ended up finalizing it with New England, both he and Borgonzi. So, but you have a number of teams that were moving in there, and wanting to move. But that was the best situation, and where we thought we had to go to get him.
Was this an ideal outcome, trading up in the first round and sort of staying at 30?
Yeah, I would tell you I'm happy with how that came out right there. Yeah, I'm excited that we got a corner. Very seldom do you have the highest guy on the board at that time for us, and then it'd be a position of need, and that's normally when you try to go up and get the guy, trust your board. And then and then with the defensive end, being able to kind of hang there and still get him, I thought was good.
Andy, you guys have tended towards bigger corners lately. How does McDuffie fit in that regard?
Yeah, he's got enough size, and he plays. He's played against big receivers and done a nice job, and we thought that his size was fine there. Yeah.
Andy, you mentioned your excitement for these two defensive players. What about Spags and some of the defensive coaches? What was their reaction?
I mean, Herbie, he's ready to take you out to dinner right now. He's fired up. So yeah, no, he's very excited. These are two good football players. That's what we're all excited about that.
And you guys have built a cornerback room for the past 4 years. It's been pretty successful despite getting this kind of draft capital or finances. Is it at all difficult not to be swayed by saying, hey, we've got a 4th round, the 6th round, and an undrafted guy that performed pretty well here?
Yeah, well, we've got those picks coming up. So we need, though, it was a position of need, and it worked out well for us. We're still available.
Much like you on the other side, Spags likes to move these quarterbacks everywhere. What do you guys like? Maybe inside, outside versatility?
Yeah, probably outside for right now. Yeah, he's like I said, he's talented, so.
And then being so involved with the offensive side of the football, honestly, is this first night a little tough for you when, you need to address the other side? Are you looking for?
You got to play good defense. I mean, I'm not, I'm all in. So I've got to play both sides of that as the head coach. So I'm excited about this. I like guys that like to play the game and that are tough. I like that.
You mentioned that both these guys were players that you targeted, you wanted tonight. What was it really that stood out to you that made you think these two stand out above everybody else?
Yeah, well, their play is first, and then they're sharp guys, and you always see that combination. They're good people. So I mean, that combination of those three things, I think, are they normally you can have some success with that.
Coach, are these two positions where rookies can come in and contribute right away?
Absolutely, yeah, sure, absolutely. I mean, these are first-round picks, so yeah, they'll get in there and compete.
Andy, you had both of these guys into the facility?
That's a good question. I'm trying to see which one. We did not have, for sure, we didn't have the Greek Freak 2 in, so we didn't have him in. You're going to love him. He is high octane, this guy, man. You're going to love him. But we did him on Zoom. And McDuffie, I'm short on memory there, so.
Are there players you sort of compare these guys to who they remind you of? Both of these guys? Who are in the league or recently in the league?
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to hold back on that. But because I've got a couple guys that I think they're like, but I'm going to just hold back and let's see what they do. I hate comparing guys. You know that. So I'm not good with that. We'll see how they do. Go ahead. You're right, Nick.
Sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
These are guys who were starters for multiple years on their team. That was similar to what you guys did with Nick Bolton last year. Just how much of not just playing throughout their careers, but do you see sort of characteristic traits that are similar to Nick Bolton in terms of not only intelligence but maybe leadership qualities?
Yeah, solid guys. Yeah, solid guys that love football. I mean, we're picking that late for Brett to be able to pull this out. I just think I think when it's all said and done, I'm not, it's hard to predict the future with any of these guys, but these guys are wired the right way for beginners, and then we'll see how they function on the football field. So they've still got that challenge ahead, coming into a championship caliber team and having a show. So I look forward to that, though.
All right. All right,
Yep.
thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Herbie said he's going to take all you out to dinner now.